What it is, my groovy cats, 70s Mummy here with a bomb new presentation. That's right, Justin left it all up to me to slide you a kickin' new video. And slide it I will. I made a song out of all of the information and I'm gonna spend 15 minutes singing it to you. Let's boogie. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Stop smoking, stop dipping, da-na-na-na. Doing the tobacco disco, yeah. Just like the 70s, Mummy, your taste buds will rise from the dead and boogie just as well as before once you have quit tobacco. Thus, you will want to attack every delicious food that is unfortunate enough to cross your hungry path. This can be a good thing for the following reasons. The satisfied feeling your stomach has after eating a good meal weakens the urge to use tobacco. It's better to put food in your mouth than to put tobacco there. You can satisfy cravings with something that tastes a heck of a lot better than tobacco. So when should you eat? Well, you should eat 3 satisfying meals each day. Breakfast is the most important. Don't skip any meals either. Nicotine cravings will take advantage of you when you're starving. If 3 meals a day isn't enough, you should have some healthy, low-calorie snacks between your main food times. Also, gravitate toward chewy or crunchy snacks. Those will keep your mouth busy. With all of this talk about food, I'm sure you're ready to eat, and we're going to start with one of my many favorite foods, pizza. Right on, dude. And of course, what better place to have pizza than in space? Now, what are we waiting for? You know what they say about this place. People come here for more than just the atmosphere. And just what do you think you're doing here, Cobber? Didn't I tell you to stay away from the pizza? Dr. Harris! I should ask you the same question. Why did you travel out to the far reaches of space just to get pizza? You should really practice what you preach. I didn't come here for pizza. I saw you walking in and I knew nothing good could come of it. The people who own this restaurant must know you really well to allow you to put that silly space-themed mural on the wall here. Great, you blew my cover. Regardless, though, the booklet I'm using is telling the tobacco-free class that they should devour food items in order to fight nicotine urges. What better food to fight the urges with than pizza? This is a health-related production, not a television show starring Guy Fieri. We can't very well instruct people to eat pizza, especially at the rate you consume it. Well, what on earth or in space are they going to eat then? I'm glad you asked. Hello everyone, I'm here to talk about some nutritious foods you can eat whenever you're feeling hungry. Now first of all, let's talk about some ready-to-eat snacks. If you can't be bothered to make your own food, you can have these on hand. You can have whole wheat bread or bagels, a whole grain muffin, absolutely any kind of fruit. All fruits are healthy. Low-fat yogurt, be sure to look at the nutrition facts and make sure there's not much added sugar. Whole grain cereal, it's grain! Shut up, Justin. And you can also have unsalted nuts. You could even go on a flight just for the sake of getting some of those. Actually, aren't airline peanuts quite salty? Regardless, let's get on with the next slide. Easy to make foods. If you need something in just a tiny bit of time, if you only have half a second, you can assemble these foods right quickly, alright? You can have half of a sandwich, or if you're up for the challenge, you can have a full sandwich. Half is recommended, though. You can have vegetable sticks. Those are good for you. Popcorn in single-serving bags. Now, there's something important. I'm not saying you can have something that's like black pudding or something ridiculously full of fat and such. Nothing extremely unhealthy, nothing loaded with carbs, but you can somewhat cheat a little. You can have a slightly less nutritious snack as long as you watch your portions. Look at the nutrition facts. Have a butcher's at how big a serving is, you know, how much you can stuff in your face and get away with it, if you know what I mean. So you can have right salty, right buttery popcorn, as long as it comes in a single serving bag, or as long as you have some self-control when eating it. Portions are extremely important. Another thing you can have is fruit slices, such as watermelon or apples. Gotta love that watermelon. You can also have fruit or yogurt smoothies. Good thing for your health, good thing. Now there may be times when you become used to having a cigarette or a pipe or dip in your mouth, and you just need something there to occupy you. Here are some things that can get the job done for you, if that's the case. There's sugar-free gum, sugar-free hard candy, and of course breath mints of the same variety. Now, even though it says it should not have any sugar in it, that's not necessarily the case. You can have some that are sweetened with 100% cane sugar or whatever you want. Just remember not to cram your face full of them. Don't take in too many of them. You have to watch your portions. That's a big thing here. You can have things that are not quite as nutritious. You just have to watch your portions, alright? Whenever you use sugar-free gum, remember to brush your teeth. Get good dental habits. Because you don't want, even though it's sugar-free, it could still potentially rot your teeth. I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but, well, it's not that much of an exaggeration. Brush your teeth. Brushing your teeth is also a good way to keep away from the tobacco. You have something else there to occupy you. There might be some times when you want something a little cold. Maybe a frozen treat. Maybe you're feeling quite like a penguin on one of those days. There's frozen bananas or grapes. 100% fruit juice bars. Sugar-free sherbet. Low-calorie ice cream bars. And non-fat frozen yogurt. There's also single-serving containers of just regular old sweet ice cream. So you can have some of that. Just watch your portions. That's the big thing. You can have whatever ice cream you want. Just watch portions of it. And don't load it with too many toppings that are going to load it with that much more sugar. Just watch what you eat. Keep a careful, watchful eye over what you eat. If you use smokeless tobacco, then I would recommend sunflower seeds. It gives you something to hold in your mouth, and you even get to spit out part of it. Although it's not quite as healthy as some of the options I just mentioned, it is loads better than You know, I wish this restaurant was actually located in space. Then I could throw that slice of pizza through the airlock. Oi, where in blue bloody blazes that gothic chap get off to? I have a question for him. I'm not a goth. Regardless, what is your question, mate? Right, so in case you haven't noticed, I'm a large man. How can I avoid getting even larger when I've quit tobacco? Before I say anything else, I should tell you that weight gain is the least of your worries. Whether you gain any weight or not, you're doing this for your overall health and the well-being of those around you. However, the answer is simple. The main reason why anyone gains weight upon quitting tobacco is because statistically people begin to eat more once they've quit. Thus, the answer to weight gain is the good old-fashioned eat right and exercise cliche. Thanks for clarifying, Cobber. I've got a long road ahead of me if I want to keep the kilos off. How can physical activity help? Exercise of any kind releases stress and calms you. It can keep your appetite under control. You'll possibly be sent into a better mood by it. If you take in fewer calories than you use up, then physical activity can help you lose weight. Oh, by the way, did you know that celery has negative calories? It's because you use more calories chewing it than you gain from digesting it. Exercise can also help you maintain a healthy weight. What are some good activities to help keep weight off? Ask your doctor before doing anything too strenuous. Do some gardening or yard work. Take the stairs instead of elevators or escalators. Park farther from stores and walk. Walk in your neighborhood or at indoor shopping malls. Hey everybody, how's it going? Evening, Koba. What's up, dude? Good morning to you, my lord. Ride a bicycle or a unicycle. Learn a new dance. Try aerobic dance classes or use a videotape at home. Here are some other things to do instead of using tobacco. Keep your hands busy. Fidgeting can actually be helpful, and working on household projects will be productive in multiple ways. They did indeed invent fidget spinners for a reason. Write down reasons why you're quitting. Read them later when you experience urges. Spend time with other non-tobacco users. Here are some resources to help you quit tobacco. It's easier to accomplish a goal if you have a team to help you, especially if they've been where you are before. Listed below are organizations that can help you or give you listings of support groups. There is power in numbers, even if it's phone numbers. And just have a look at those. I'm not going to read them out. You do not need a pencil or anything to write these down with because they are in your booklet. And there are some more. Evening, Cobbets and Cobbets. I'm Richard Harris, and this fit bloke here is Travis Berger, also known as T-Burger. Questions have arisen as to whether we are real doctors. The truth is that we are not actually doctors. We are simply actors portraying those jolly old chaps in the medical field. However, even though we're not true healthcare professionals, the information we've been giving you is true. It actually comes from the American Heart Association and other health-related organizations mentioned across the many videos of this show. Right, with that out of the way, it's time for us to provide some scripted answers for frequently asked questions about quitting tobacco. Is it safe for me to use smokeless tobacco products to help me quit smoking? Sorry, but I'll have to put this bluntly. Stop kidding yourself, mate. All tobacco products are equally dangerous. The purpose of this entire presentation is to help you quit tobacco in general, not just smoking. What about e-cigarettes? We have touched on e-cigarettes before. The simple answer is that there is not enough research out there to determine how they will affect your health in the long run. Just to be safe, you should use other strategies and medication to try to quit tobacco before turning to vapor. If the gum, patches, and other methods that have been mentioned don't work for you, then you should talk to your doctor about switching to an e-cigarette. Your doctor is the lady. Something you need to be aware of, though. If you begin to use e-cigarettes, you should not use them as a long-term solution. You still need to set a quit date, even for the vapor. Which medicine should I choose to help me quit tobacco? It depends upon the individual. If you associate tobacco with having something in your mouth, then the gum might be the perfect thing to choose. Snort. With a patch, you'll have your fix of nicotine without having to stop what you're doing for a smoke or a spit. Nicotine inhalers or nasal spray should probably be used as a last resort if the other methods haven't worked for you. And of course there's the non-nicotine options such as bupropion and varenicline. They can even be used alongside nicotine replacement, although it is highly recommended to ask your doctor which medications would be best for you. Your doctor is the lady. Will these medications keep me from gaining weight? Most tobacco users actually gain fewer than 10 pounds after quitting. Even so, it is understandable that one would be concerned about weight gain. It's true that the medication has potential to delay weight gain, but you should not depend on that. If you want to keep the kilos off, you should get regular physical activity and choose nutritious meals and snacks. And watch your portions, of course. I always seem to get depressed when I quit tobacco. Is there anything that can help? Aren't we all depressed all the time? Often tobacco use is associated with pleasure, so it makes sense to be depressed after quitting. To combat the depression, you should ask your doctor to prescribe you a non-nicotine medication, such as bupropion or varenicline. You can even use them with nicotine replacement therapy. What if I continue to use tobacco? Are there programs near me that can help me quit? People fall off the wagon all the time. Don't feel like you've failed. There's always an opportunity to have another go at quitting. If you need support in quitting tobacco, then there are quit tobacco programs. You can find them by checking the yellow pages of your phone book, searching the internet, or even asking your healthcare providers for assistance in finding programs or support groups. What's shaking, cats? Room for one more? Of course, mate. Certainly hasn't been often we've crossed paths since auditions, eh? There's something else we should mention. If you know somebody who's trying to boogie on without tobacco, how can you, help them out? You could help them keep a supply of nutritious foods in the house. You know how people who've just quit tobacco love to nosh. Engage in some activities together. Play some board games, play video games, watch a movie, or go for a walk. When you're looking out for someone who's later in the tobacco, you should keep it cool, man. Don't nag the poor guy. He's not like a prisoner of war, you know? He's your friend, man. Also, don't use tobacco around the person you're looking after. Don't allow others to do the same either. Using tobacco around someone who is trying to quit is like listening to your mate's favorite band and not allowing him to use one of the earphones. If someone you know is in the process of quitting tobacco, then they may often be angry or irritable. This is normal. It is part of the withdrawal process and will not last long. However, if the person you know is taking bupropion or varenicline, then you must be vigilant of behavioral changes. If anyone taking bupropion or varenicline seems to be a danger to himself or herself or others, then you should advise this person to cease the medication and call a healthcare professional immediately. Let's not end on a downer of a note, though. Your friend who's trying to quit tobacco needs support. Don't talk down to him or burn him about the hard time he's having. Different people react differently to quitting tobacco, and you should have respect for that. Just make sure everybody feels good, you know? It'll make things gob smoother. Now, if you don't mind, I really gotta split. These rats are giving me mad chafes, man. I'll catch you cats on the flip side. Keep it groovy. I'll be off as well. T-Burger, do you want to come with me to have some pizza? Sure thing. Say, do you think if I pay for a drink, they'll let me put it in this mug? You aren't seriously going to do that, are you? You are such an embarrassment. That's the point. Here's credits. Educational information provided by the American Heart Association. Art, animation, and narration provided by me, Justin Ian Miller. The writing was also spiced up by me. How about that dialogue? Well, this is the very end of the presentation. So I wish all of you luck in your journey to quit tobacco. Have a nice day, have a nice week, have a nice journey to quitting tobacco.